Ethan was a man who believed in the power of effort. For years, he worked 2 jobs, delivering newspapers in the early morning and managing inventory at a warehouse by day. Every evening, he took on odd tasks for neighbors just to make ends meet. He wasn't bitter about it, he believed hard work was the key to success. But deep down, he felt stuck. Despite all his effort, Ethan's life felt like a treadmill, constant motion but no progress. He had dreams of doing something meaningful, but they were buried under layers of daily survival. One Friday night, Ethan came home after another grueling day. He found a small envelope slipped under his door. Inside was an invitation to a community event, a mentorship program launch. He almost tossed it aside, he had no time for events or programs. But something about the tagline caught his eye. What if one moment could change everything? The next day, Ethan stood at the entrance of a local hall, nervous and unsure. Inside, he listened to speakers talk about resilience, opportunity, and how they had overcome their challenges. One speaker in particular, an older man named Victor, shared how a single act of stepping outside his comfort zone had led to a chain reaction that changed his life. Ethan felt a spark ignite inside him. Maybe, just maybe, he could do something more than just survive. After the event, Ethan approached Victor with a mixture of curiosity and desperation. "I don't even know where to start," he admitted. Victor smiled. "You've already started, my friend. Showing up today was your first step. Now ask yourself, what's the smallest, boldest thing you can do next?" That question stuck with Ethan. A few days later, while delivering newspapers, he noticed a rundown building with a "For Rent" sign. The thought hit him like lightning: what if I turned this into a space for people like me, hardworking, struggling, and looking for a chance to grow? It was a wild idea. Ethan had no experience running a business, no connections, and barely any savings. But for the first time in years, he felt alive. He started small, talking to people in his neighborhood, gathering ideas, and saving every penny he could. Months later, Ethan rented the space and opened a humble community hub. It wasn't fancy, but it was a place where people could learn skills, connect with mentors, and share their struggles. He called it the Next Step Center. At first, only a few people showed up. Ethan questioned his decision daily. But he kept going, remembering Victor's words. Little by little, the center grew. People came not just to learn but to help others, creating a ripple effect Ethan hadn't imagined. The moment everything changed. One evening, as Ethan was locking up, a young man approached him. "Are you Ethan?" he asked, his voice trembling. "Yes," Ethan replied. The man held out a crumpled piece of paper. It was a flyer from the mentorship event Ethan had attended months ago. "I was there too," the man said. "But I was too scared to talk to anyone. I've been watching what you've built here, and I think I'm ready to try." Ethan felt a lump in his throat. In that moment, he realized the true impact of his decision to take a chance. His one bold step had inspired someone else to do the same. Years passed, and the Next Step Center became a cornerstone of the community. Ethan's life transformed in ways he never expected. He wasn't just surviving anymore, he was living with purpose. At the center's 5-year anniversary, Ethan stood in front of a crowd to share his story. He said, "I thought success was about hard work alone, but I learned something greater. Success starts when you decide to act, even if it scares you. Sometimes, all it takes is one small, bold step to change everything." Ethan's story is a reminder that the smallest decisions can lead to the biggest transformations. It's not about having all the answers, it's about taking that first step, no matter how uncertain the path may seem. Your boldest move might just inspire others to take theirs.